know this is an early rise for me as far as talking on the thing because I've been sleeping later. But I went to bed last night after Mavis Staples. So 7:30 is about right. Okay. I think that show ends at about 11:30. It's 7:30, so that's 8 hours, right? Uh, I haven't been sleeping 10, 12 hours. I wasn't falling asleep till 2 o'clock or later, and so I was waking up at around 10. Or even if I slept till afternoon, it's because I wasn't falling asleep probably till about 4 in the morning. So, but last night I went to sleep at about 11:30. Didn't think much and fell asleep. Yeah, I was sitting there connecting stuff. My mind said, I was going to get up and do my resistance training. No, you go to sleep. Okay, what? A Buddhist in my head, right? Well, sitting there, DT Suzuki, if you're thirsty, drink. If you're hungry, eat. If you're tired, rest. So I was tired. Well, then go to sleep. Exercise is good after you've rested, but not good when you need to rest. That's true. Okay, you guys understand that? That exercise is good after you've rested, but not good when you need to rest. Okay. What do you need to do? You need to do what your body feels, okay? And so, especially with me, as far as, when I go to the store and I get emotionally attacked by selfish people, that's draining. When you're talking about a father, the last couple of times I went to the store, I got emotionally attacked by selfish people. And, people playing the police, you going to pay for my groceries? No, I haven't paid money for my groceries since they fired me from Fiesta Foods because they didn't want to kill me with the chemicals and they used to clean the back of the store and be the ones responsible for my physical death. Okay? And they try to... When you're cleaning the back of that thing with those chemicals without a chem suit, because it's legal, because of the Supreme Court, it slowly kills you, and then they blame it on something else because they're corporations. And it's for the greater good, because if you don't clean it with those kind of chemicals when you're putting meat into raw sewage and stuff like that, it'll cause diseases that can kill people right on the spot. Instead of causing chemical poisoning that gives you plaque psoriasis and then they seal you Skyrizi, right? I'm way more intelligent than Mark Zuckerberg or Stephen Hawking because I speak intelligently, okay? They won't speak intelligently. They're afraid of being murdered by their business partners. See, so when that lady, you're going to pay for my groceries, you think being extorted for food is manly? Okay. No, the righteousness of my family has sustained me economically since February 2019. Okay. For 18 months, well, they gave me that job that, hey, they were cocky and arrogant. Both sides. Okay. The liberal side, if you know people involved in human trafficking, they had it in the break room, let somebody know. Like you care. They don't care. They don't care. Half the liberals that get up and say, well, we got to stop human trafficking, have foreign domestics. Some of them have them as their sex slaves in their domiciles. Like, you do know that Sean Puffy Combs is an economic distributor, okay, and supporter of left-wing politics, right? Okay. Well, because they're his business partner. Oh, yeah. Guys, have you ever seen that movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield? Okay, wake up and smell the coffee and the hummus. Okay, whatever, where you live, what they're having for breakfast, right? So you got to understand this. Okay, that you're dealing with a state of police that's under constant flux, and the main reason it's under constant flux, the focal point of the flux of our society to try to, quote, appear as better people is me. Okay, everybody that knows right from wrong and good from bad is aware of this. Okay? Everybody that doesn't thinks they're the center point of the universe. Okay? I'm not the center point of the universe. Okay, there is no center point of the universe. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Okay, the center of your universe is you. But like my grandpa used to say in an Irish limerick, sure, you'd be right in thinking the sun does rise and set on your ass, but it does on everyone else's as well. Basically, what he's saying to you is, everybody's given the gift of life. Don't think you're the only one. Okay, it's an Irish limerick, probably given to him by somebody who went to a Catholic church and said the damn kid looks like he's British and he's a damn Protestant, right? Because my mom was raised Irish Catholic. And my grandpa was raised by Irish Catholics. So that's what he was saying. Okay. Tribalism, secularism, that's where limericks come from. Okay. Me and families talked about that at the store the other day. And mostly it was the Wilsons, the Petersons, and the Christiansons. Okay. Especially the Wilsons. You know, Mr. Wilson was sitting there looking at me with those beautiful blue eyes and that understanding, you know, looking like the kid from Flying Me Back to Memphis. Janet Jackson would have had a huge crush on him. Oh my God, he reminds you of the guy from America who sings, Does She Really Love? He does, doesn't he? Isn't he cute? He's so cute. My Natalie would have had a crush on him too. Oh yeah, Natalie, you're married. Get out of here. Janet's single. She can hit on him. But Janet's in her 50s. I don't think either one's going to care. Okay? That's Janet Jackson. She has a crush on me. Hey, knock it off. It happens, guys. Barney Miller, you know, so far I've only lusted in my heart. There's nothing wrong with people. You know, my mom, when she was being tortured to death by the medical industry, and the Dr. Lisboa, that bigot, removed her sex organs, okay, because of her conditions of her cancer, and he did it on purpose, and he did it as a punishment because he thought she was wrong, knowing nothing about my mother, okay, which really pissed Suzanne off, who fought her ass off to get into Duke Law School and was pissed because she didn't get into Stanford. And she was mad because she said, this one guy at ASU, he's damn freaking, he got into Stanford and he's Mormon and he got in because of affirmative action because he's part Cherokee. He's blonde-haired and blue-eyed and never had any discrimination about being Cherokee his whole life. I said, yeah, he's sure going to be one hell of a lawyer, isn't he? She got mad. It's like, my mom was the same way. You just didn't. She wouldn't say it. I will. I get it from Marianne. That was Marianne. Marianne wouldn't say it, but she'd sure think it. She'd agree. She's a girl. Oh, honey, that's horrible. Right? She'd go home and say exactly what I just said. He's going to make a great lawyer, isn't he? Yeah. That's your system. You got to swim with the crocodile in the river. You go swim with the shark in the sea. You got to live with the crooked politician. Ah, yeah. Jesse Fonda. Ah, yeah. It's your world, so live in it. It's a cruel, crazy, beautiful world. Right? But it's not. Okay? Jurassic Park ain't real. We're not living with the dinosaurs for a reason. Right? Like Michael Crichton. You guys, you know. Hollywood's stupid like 2 and 2 is 5. And we live in a rarefied world. Because I watched that the other night with Jason Garrett talking about Sam Darnold, you know. Oh, he's going through so much adversity. And oh, really? Was he raped in a brothel in Juarez for 5 years and got away? But no one knows who she is and why? Because the truth got out, it would be more, it would destroy the entire U.S. economic system. Okay. And I'm not talking about a little girl, I'm talking about a young man. Okay. Raped for 5 years in the brothels of Juarez and got away, and someone nice protected them, but they used their money to protect them at the shack. Where's the shack? By the Hudson with the, yeah, okay. And they think that their money keeps people safe. But the only thing that keeps people safe is the truth and the Gospels. Okay? And the Messiah is this guy in Natalie's little blue jacket that was out in the shed. It was covered in sawdust, and I took it in and washed it, and I wear it. And she thought it looked cool. It's cute, and it's nice and warm. It's my Dickies work jacket that I usually wear. It ain't cold enough to wear that one. That one's warmer. So I wear a Natty jacket, the Ray, little fleece jacket. Yeah, it's not fleece. It's like a little wool, dark wool. Yeah, it's my little Ray jacket. When I wear it, I think of my Ray. She's so cute. She's adorable. With me, they started that song Brandy by the OJs. With me, I got her at 9 months, And so, and then they abused the situation, manipulated the situation. And because of her mom's and hers abuse from the Temple Set Illuminati, she tried to protect me like a woman should, because of the virtual presence of the perverse state in our house, And I'll always appreciate her for being strong and wanting to protect me from the abuse that the government inflicted on her and everybody's. But you don't know. Okay? You don't know. No one in their right mind knows what's going on in their house when they're at work getting the money to pay the bills. Okay? No one knows. People in their wrong mind will set up surveillance equipment. Oh, I can't believe this is happening. I'm going to get a lawyer. I'm going to lawyer up. Just stand up for the Lord's Prayer, and this will never happen again. Okay? And it's not, you will sit there, and people that are groomed and manipulated and trained by rocket scientist perverts in this town. Okay? You really think they have an action that they're sitting there going, no, here's what you need to do. Here, watch this TV show, do this. Here, listen to this music, do that. Okay, no. Okay. And then they're cocky about it. They told me that in Sierra Vista. We can't get them to do anything they don't want to do. And we can program them like we're programming a video game, and they would laugh about it. America's best? Yeah, Fort Huachuca. Military, Army, Intel, Intelligence. Best Wi-Fi in the whole world. The keepers of the money. The keepers of your paycheck. The people that pay for your groceries. The people that are the reason you have to pay for the groceries, and you can't live Psalms or Proverbs, and the Lord's Prayer is just a limerick that Parsons runs around to try to draw attention to himself because he's an egomaniac. Okay? Okay, guys? So, and when I meet police, I tell them one day we're going to live the Lord's Prayer, and someone like you that's brave and protecting can be my neighbor and make sure nobody still stuck in wackadoodle crazy land will do anything to hurt the children or our neighbors. And that's where I want you. I want you right next door, protecting where you live and the children that are, on the 4033. They're not other people's kids we're proud to say. Go listen to some George Jones. It's some good stuff. Okay, it's a limerick of old relationships from old times that need to go away because we need to live the Lord's Prayer, but they'll make you cry, and they're good songs. All right, peace out. Not all of them will make you cry. Loving you could never be better than it is right now. It'll remind you of old days going, well, those are good old days. Well, let's live the Lord's Prayer, and they'll last till the end of your life. Okay, peace.